What is up, squad? Today we are going to Planet Fitness, meeting up with some buddies here. I don't do a ton of weightlifting, but when I do, I often prioritize movements that require a lot of core stability, such as, like, today we're doing leg day. Usually I would go with some squats, because that's your whole body is in that. But Planet Fitness doesn't have a squat rack. They have Smith machines, which takes the stability out of it, which is fine. It's a very accessible gym. But I thought it would be cool to go through and show you maybe some less conventional exercises that require some core stability and also work muscles that maybe you don't usually work. Yeah, so let's go. All right, so to start off, we got these kettlebell hip flexor things. I don't really know what to call them. But when you're running, this is my thought process behind it. When you're running, you're not only pushing off of the ground, but you're also pulling the leg up. So hopefully you can see in these reps, I'm trying to be as explosive as I can on the way up. And then, yeah, nice, slow and controlled eccentric. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, running works this as well. But in this case, you can isolate the movement and progress the load. So yeah, working more so strength than endurance in this. Cool. So next up, we have these split squats. I'm a big fan. I don't know if you guys would know him, but the knees over toes guy on YouTube. He's a big fan of this exercise, and so am I. As you can see, I have my front leg elevated. I just don't have the flexibility to do it fully on the ground yet, because you really don't want to lift your front heel off of the ground, but you want to try and touch your hamstring to your calf on that front leg. I like to do this one after the first exercise because it's kind of, as you can see on that back leg, it's kind of stretching out the muscle that you were just contracting. So there's some nice synergy there. Yeah, the progression of this will obviously be just bringing that front leg all the way into the ground, while maintaining the same form with that front heel planted. The weights on this exercise are really nice. I had mixed opinions on adding weight to it until I had the full range of motion, but the weights actually seem to help. They kind of force your body down, and I like it. You get a deeper stretch, as well as, yeah, gaining some strength in this position. So, yeah, and you'll see it's kind of the same case as in the next exercise. All right, so next exercise. I'm just going to call these side-to-side squats. You can kind of tell by the name, and looking at the video, you're just doing squats while moving side to side. It's a good stretch on the inner part of your leg. Yeah, like I said with the split squat, adding weight to it actually increases my range of motion. You can see I'm not super flexible in this exercise yet, but yeah, we're working on that, and the weight is actually helping. This is not a super comfortable exercise for me, but getting strong in uncomfortable positions is how you prevent injury, so I like it. All right, so now we got these tibialis raises. Maybe I'm pronouncing that muscle name right, but this is a progression from an exercise I showed in one of my first videos, the one where you stand up against the wall and raise the front of your foot up while keeping your heel planted. It works that muscle that runs along your shin. Another knees over toes guy recommendation. Yeah, obviously this one is not working core stability, but I thought I would include it because I like the exercise and I've seen some real benefit in running and lack of pain in running since I've started doing it. So, yeah. So, leg day is complete. I say leg day, but it kind of turned into hip day, which is by no means a bad thing. Also, I did some hamstring curls there at the end. I didn't film them. I was having to be very strategic with where I was filming because I just didn't want to get anybody else in the shot. Don't want to make anybody uncomfortable, which I totally get. So yeah, there just wasn't a good spot to film it, but I did those in like a couple sets in like the 15 to 20 rep range. Going for more for endurance with those rather than trying to load those super heavy. It's just better for my goals. Yeah, and like a movement like that, an isolation movement I have nothing wrong if you want to structure your workout around isolation movements. It's just for my goals, incorporating core stability into my movements is going to be most beneficial. But yeah, nothing wrong with isolation movements, I said, and they have a place in my routine as well. So, I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but yeah, just thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.